Hello everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of Behind the Mic, the show where we uncover the stories and the personalities of the experts leading our construction industry. I am your host, Julianne Tolentino, and today I am joined by a very special guest, Rosine Nabaa, the Senior Consultant at TBH. Today, she will be talking us through her personal and professional journey as a young professional in the Middle East. So without further ado, let's get on with the interview. Rosine, thank you so much for joining us today. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. How are you? Thank you for inviting me.
So, Rosine, before we jump into our conversation, could you first introduce yourself to our viewers?
So, hi everyone. I'm Rosine Nabaa. I'm a senior consultant at TBH, working currently on Gigaprojects in the region and specifically in Saudi.
The first part of our conversation that I want to talk about is your career and your growth. So a big part of why we do Behind the Mic is we really want to know, how the journey was for you as a young professional. So you've mentioned to me before the interview actually that you've been with TBH for a little more than 4 years. So and I know you've also worked with on Gigaprojects in Saudi Arabia. So my question is, how has your role evolved during this time, during these 4 to 5 years, and what opportunities within the company have contributed the most to your growth?
My career at TBH has evolved significantly over the years, reflecting on my personal development. Initially, I joined TBH as an analyst, where I was more project-oriented, supporting seniors on some technical tasks like planning and data analysis. And over time, I took on more strategic responsibilities, like leading and managing reporting on complex projects, specifically in Saudi. The opportunities that I would consider have mostly contributed in my career growth are the high-profile projects that TBH has entrusted me with, which required not only technical expertise but also required strong leadership and client management skills. And in addition to that, TBH has a strong culture for mentorship and continuous learning, which has allowed me to gain insights from senior leadership and has allowed me also to stay up to date with the current trends and discovering and exploring new software.
You do have a background in architecture, and but what do you think initially drew you into this field? Why architecture?
Yeah, good question. So my passion for architecture, I would say, began with my fascination to how a space can influence a human experience or a human behavior. So I would say I've been always fascinated and interested in how a thoughtfully designed environment or space can make you feel comfortable. It can make you feel emotional. It can make you even feel energized. So this interest has led me to pursue a career in architecture, where I can blend the creativity with the technical expertise and technical problem solving. So currently at TBH, my role is more focused on project management and strategic oversight. So my background in design helps me to maintain a focus on the aesthetics, on the functionality, on a user experience, and on visualization, which is a very interesting and very important tool nowadays, specifically when you're working on Gigaprojects. So visualization tools would allow clients or whoever you're working with to actually visually experience, I would say, these not only the spaces but the technical challenges that the project has, or any risks that might be coming along the way.
That's a really good point. And from what you've just mentioned now, it's very clear to me that you're very passionate about what you do, and that's very refreshing and very nice to see kind of young professionals really go and pursue what they want. But my question is kind of related to what you've mentioned, how you've been undertaking large-scale projects. Do you think that working in a field where you're very passionate about Is there a disparity between passion and work? Do you think you sometimes, you know what they say when it comes to passion is when you're passionate about something, you have to make it into a hobby instead of work. What's your thoughts on that? I'm very curious to know what your stance is on that.
Look, I would say if you're not passionate about what you're doing, I wouldn't say you wouldn't succeed, but you wouldn't be also enjoying what you're doing. So for me, it's very crucial to be passionate about what you're doing, because this will allow you to improve yourself and excel basically in your career. So it's for me, it's very crucial to be passionate about what you're doing.
I really want to know what you've learned throughout the years that you were at TBH and how mentorship has played a role in growing your capabilities and your skill set.
Yeah, so I would say I was actually very fortunate to have worked with some exceptional leaders, specifically in TBH. Because one of the main lessons I would say that I've learned from my mentors is the importance of being solution-oriented. So basically, whether it's a technical challenge you have or whether it's a project delay, my mentors have always emphasized on the fact that you need to focus on what is controllable and basically how you can look at ways to overcome these obstacles. So basically not focusing on the project, the problem itself, but focusing on how you can fix it. Some other lessons that I've learned also along the way through mentorship is the power of having clear and effective communication. So that's very crucial for me or for anyone listening. Communication is very important in our field, because for any project to succeed, you need to fully be able to convey your ideas and convey specifically setting expectations as well. So you need to convey expectations on any sort of project, whether you're dealing with the client, whether you're dealing with your colleagues, or whether it's a contractor. For me, these principles that I've learned are very crucial in any project success and in building strong teams as well. And most importantly, it's essential for me, at least, in the continuity and the consistency of delivering high quality results in any project.
Yeah, that's right. I think communication, not just in the construction industry, but I think in every industry, is quite crucial. And thank you for sharing that. Rosine, I do want to ask you about something specific, which is ED&I. And this is a trait in companies that companies are putting on the front stage. So I want to know, is there anything from TBH or personally in your life that you're most passionate about?
So when talking about equality, diversity, and inclusion, as a company, the ED&I principles are essential for us. We don't only champion these, but they're a part of our business. So, personally, I am passionate about it because I believe every individual deserves opportunities to succeed. And at TBH, we look to actually achieve that. And being part of the ED&I committee at TBH, our aim is to create environments where everyone, regardless of their gender, regardless of their ethnicity, regardless of their religion or background, can grow. And one of the initiatives at TBH that I'm mostly proud of is the Mentor and Buddy program, which is designed to connect emerging talents with professional leaders by empowering them with the tools, empowering them with knowledge, and also giving them the confidence to excel. So ED&I is not also, again, it's not only about policies and programs, it's about changing mindsets. And here I would like to specifically talk about Saudi Arabia, because being full-time in Saudi and experiencing the transforming journey of the Vision 2030, which is transforming Saudi basically from an economical, from a cultural, and from a social point of view. One of the most exciting things that are happening is the fact that they're increasing inclusion of diverse talents, and specifically women in the workforce. So again, it's not only you can't like achieve these changes automatically. It requires a lot of it requires a lot of commitment. It requires a lot of effort, and also requires a lot of willingness to forge environments where differences are actually celebrated and respected. So with Saudis in continuous evolvement, I would say us as organizations, we have to lead that, and we have to be, so our role is basically very crucial in this change, not because it's a trend, but mainly because this is the right thing to do.
The last question I have for you, and I think this one in particular I'm specifically the most curious about, and it's something that our viewers, and whenever we ask this on LinkedIn, everyone wants to know. So as someone who is, has been in the industry for quite some time, what do you believe is the most crucial trait that young professionals in construction should cultivate?
So as you rightly said, it's like in this fast-paced environment, I would say young professionals need to be adaptable, and they need to have the willingness to continuously learn, because the construction industry is evolving rapidly and with new technologies and new methodologies. So being able or being open to the change and willing to actually acquire new skills will definitely set them apart. Another trait that I find personally very important as well is being detail-oriented and focusing on the detail, because our field actually demands precision and accuracy. And finally, I would say also the importance of relation building. So back to our point, what we were discussing earlier, communication. So exactly, you need to communicate not only with your clients, with your colleagues. This collaboration environment has to exist, and this will only help you to succeed and to improve your skills, basically.
That's right. Thank you so much, Rosine. That was amazing. Thank you. And that's a wrap on today's episode. If you enjoyed my conversation with Rosine, make sure to like, subscribe, and follow us on our social channels. As always, stay informed, stay ahead, and I'll see you in the next one.